He has now removed them and taken them to Olkalau. Joseph Bogwa, the Principal Secretary for State Department for Roads. All roads in Nyandarua, in all the neighboring constituencies, have stalled. But in Olkalau, he is there launching roads. Mary Mudhoni, the Principal State Secretary for Public Health, she was having, with Aden Duale, a medical camp and demanding IDs before people are treated. I don't know what an identity card would inform when you are treating somebody. I thought they are supposed to take their blood pressure, their temperature, and their sugar levels. But instead of doing that, finding out what is their BP, what's their sugar levels, what is their temperature, instead they are taking the ID, which means the whole thing was a fake. They just wanted to take IDs from the gullible people of Olkalau. Anan Wangombe, the Principal Secretary for State Department for Gender. Mr. Philip Mainga, the Managing Director of Kenya Rails Corporation. He brought a fake train in Olkalau after 45 years absence, you know, and it knocked a few vehicles because there are no signs anywhere. You know, I'm asking the people of Olkalau to avoid that train. It's a disaster in the making. Charles Karondo, the chairman of the Communication Authority, he has come to Olkalau for 3 months. He's the one actually doing voter bribery at night. You know, when he is not in Olkalau, he is in Keharu, where he has been the sponsor to oppose Dendi Nyoro. He's the one actually mapping all the homes for voter bribery. Mr. Ethokon, before you can threaten to cancel the election because of voter bribery, can you summon these state officers and pull them out of Olkalau and let the law take its course? Don't be a crybaby. Why are you crying about voter bribery when the culprits are known and the law is in place? What are you telling the people of Kenya? You are crying to Kenyans to do what? You are the one who is supposed to take action against these people. Then you are shouting, oh, this election I can cancel, there's too much voter bribery, oh, there could be violence. You are the one charged with the responsibility of managing elections in Kenya, not the Kenyan people. What do you want the people of Olkalau to do? I just wonder, yesterday, the fake deputy president and leader of majority Kevani Ichung'wa summoned deputy county commissioners in Gilgil and told them to create an infrastructure today to meet chiefs and assistant chiefs who shall be given money for bribery on Sunday night and election night to go and bribe people in every house. So the chiefs and the assistant chiefs will be meeting Kindiki and Ichung'wa today. And Ichung'wa did tell them that they are in charge of IBC. In fact, Ichung'wa went ahead to tell the government officials that they have bought a house in Karen for Mr. Ethokon at 80 million. Ethokon did not have a house in Nairobi, he was living in Turkana. I want to challenge the chairman of IBC to confirm whether he has moved to Karen and how did he purchase this house. He has been in office for a year. His income is not sufficient to buy a house for 80 million. Is it true what Ichung'wa is saying, that the government has bought you a house in Karen so that you can bangle the 2027 general election? And Ichung'wa told the officers that they have instructed Ethokon to make sure that the UDA candidate is announced, the winner, even if he loses, even if people die. I want to challenge Ethokon. When did you move to Karen? You came from Turkana. You came to my neighborhood at a house of 80 million. Where did you get the money to buy a house for 80 million? It must be what Ichung'wa is saying, that they bought you the house and you do what they want. Mwangi Kujori has been calling the presiding officers and threatening them, offering them money to bangle the election. And those who refuse, he is intimidating them. That he has instructions to make from William Ruto to make sure the election is won. And he is telling them that if they don't help government, they'll face government wrath. I want to thank the returning officer and all presiding officers in Olkalau. So far, they have been very firm. Please don't be intimidated. Kionjore, Ichung'wa, Kindiki, Ruto will take you nowhere. Live up to the oath you have taken to conduct free and fair election in Olkalau. I want to say, Bwana Ethokon, do the right thing. Don't try to postpone this election. Make sure there is no violence. talk to the IG to make a public statement that goons will not be allowed into Olakalau. Because if there are no goons, the election will be peaceful. The people of Olakalau are extremely peaceful and they don't want violence. During the 25th commemoration of Gen Z protests, we saw police deployment in the city. How come they cannot secure a simple constituency in Olakalau from goons, to the extent that the IBC chair is crying that he needs to postpone elections because of anticipated violence? We are asking IBC to discuss with the IG that plainclothes police officers are not deployed in Olakalau because they are the ones who cause violence. They are the ones who cause violence in Bere. Plainclothes police officers are the ones who cause violence in Narok. They are the ones who are causing violence in Olakalau. They are the ones that Eric Wamumbi and Betty Mine are planning to cause violence in Olakalau. We want the IG to deploy only uniformed police officers in Olakalau, so that if they cause violence, people can notice, they can take photographs and videos. We are asking plainclothes police officers to be kept off Olakalau. We are asking the IG to make a public statement that goons from Nairobi, being organized by Moses Kuria, and others will not be allowed into Olakalau. And if goons are kept off Olakalau, we'll have a very peaceful election, because the people of Olakalau are peaceful people. I want to add there by saying that there was a meeting on 9th July by the County Security and Intelligence Committee with all the candidates to discuss security. This meeting was postponed indefinitely. We want to know why. Again, 80% of all police officers from Olakalau and Nyandarua have been transferred out of the county and new ones brought. Why? Again, we want to find out why has IBC decided to shut down the voters register before the Olakalau by-elections. Is it to facilitate people who are not registered to vote? We want the IBC chair to clarify why. They are saying that they are doing some checkup, some checking and updating. But why specifically before Olakalau? So we are saying, Mr. Ethokon, before you threaten to postpone peaceful election, please do your job. Guarantee security. Guarantee fairness. Don't be a crybaby. You are in charge. And the people of Kenya are asking a question. If IBC is afraid of conducting elections in one constituency because of purported anticipated violence, what if there is violence next year? Will they postpone the general election? We are saying, are you telling the people of Kenya that you have no capacity to manage a by-election in one constituency in Kenya? If you have no capacity to manage a by-election in Kenya, can Kenyans trust you to manage the general election? From where I sit, I think it's a scheme by William Ruto and IBC to postpone Olakalau by-election on grounds of anticipated violence, to set the stage to postpone the general election next year on the same grounds. Because what the state is doing this weekend, that's why police officers are there in plainclothes. They want to cause violence, they want to cause mayhem, and then Ethekon on Monday can postpone the by-election. I want to tell the IBC, if you postpone this by-election, you have lost credibility completely. You will never recover. And you will have no more authority to tell the people of Kenya that they can trust you to conduct the general election. I am persuaded, and I think I'm right. This is a scheme by William Ruto, knowing he's in trouble from Kenya and he'll be voted out next year, to use Olakalau by-election as a precedence where they postpone the by-election on account of perceived unanticipated violence, and then next year the government can cause violence across the whole country, and then the IBC commissioners can say, just like we did in Olakalau, we are postponing the general election, and then William Ruto can continue being in office against the Constitution. I